right now. So that's a good lead for Brandon Polnick at this point, but who knows? We've still got, as we say, almost an hour and a half's fishing time. Will Davis, Brian New, Jay Shakurit, and Brandon Cobb rounding out our top 6. Let's get you caught up on what we have seen today with our Toyota Midday Report. Well, let's just start it out with Brian New right here. Started the day in 10th place. Happy to be here after the frustrating season he's had so far.
Yeah, he's had a slow start this year, one that we're not used to seeing Brian New have, not at all in his few years on the Bassmaster Elite Series. Day 2 for Brian New was a big day. It looked like he was going to have a real big day. He caught one almost 6 pounds early, I'd say mid-morning, and boy, it looked like he was going to be on fire and maybe even lead the event. Did not have any luck the rest of the day, but today got off to a much, much better start. Started off throwing a buzz bait. We hadn't seen him do that, and he caught 2 this morning. Then went on a dry spell for a while. Picked up a spinning rod, and he caught several real nice keepers there in a row. You see this next one here, he caught about a 3.5 pounder. Very, very happy, you can tell, to have that fish in the boat. They come kind of hard, few and far between, but he's done very good. Moved up the leaderboard.
Absolutely. Best limit of the day at 15.5 pounds. Over to Will Davis, the local favorite, the local hero, trying to get it done here on the final day.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's been a little bit of a jinx this morning. Will Davis started off faster than he has the last few mornings. Put a couple nice largemouth in the boat, swim jig, but then it slowed down for him, and he went up behind the Logan Martin Dam. Did what we've seen him do quite a bit this week. After early morning, he'd go up there, been able to put several fish in the boat, bigger spotted bass that have helped him late in the day. Still has time to fish, and not a big gap between him and Brandon Polnick right now.
No, that last one he caught came in at 3.5 pounds, and now has got him listed unofficially as 2 pounds and 4 ounces back.
This one right here.
Of our leader, Brandon Polnick. Yep, yeah, there's that one.
Yep, caught those fish on a shaky fish. This one here looked like on a floating jerk bait, a long kind of bait it looks like. Unfortunately, he caught himself.
Caught about a 185-pounder and a 3.5 pounder there, so he's even closer, just like Jason Christie, Tommy.
Multitasking, and Jason Christie starting the day just a short distance back of our leader, Brandon Polnick, within 2.5 pounds of him. But during the course of the day, course of the morning, Brandon Polnick extended that lead on him.
He did, but Jason Christie is one that you can never take your eye off of. He had a slow start, didn't get fish in the boat for several hours, and then he caught several, and you think, wow, he catch one big fish, he'll be right back like he was yesterday. Could be one of the bigger strings of the tournament. Yesterday had a 9-pound, 4-ounce fish to anchor his biggest stringer of the tournament, 23 pounds. Jason Christie did finally pick up a spinning rod and just put some fish in the boat, hoping that he would maybe get a big bite a little later on a frog, and here is the big bite that Jason Christie needed.
Dang it! She had it choked. She had it choked.
We'll have to replay that one again to get the full entirety of the context of that game changer that he just lost a few minutes ago.
That would have changed the complexion of the whole tournament right there and put him in the lead. But Brandon Polnick, man, trying to hang on wire to wire here. You just can't think of any wrong decisions he's made, anything shaky that's gone on in that boat during 4 days.
Exactly right, Tommy. And we haven't seen Brandon Polnick losing fish and hitting the water in frustration like, unfortunately, Jason Christie did there. Brandon Polnick, like you said, have been making all the right choices. Been very fortunate, been able to put, I think we've seen him lose like 1 fish in 3 days on camera, and it wasn't even a fish that would help him. So he's been very fortunate to be able to capitalize on every bite. He's also been very, very good at adjusting to the changing conditions, the water level going up and down in the back of the creek here. A lot of people would leave the back of a creek with a little falling water situation. And Brandon Polnick was about to. He's kind of on his way out, and he noticed on his 360, hey, there's a few brim beds around that stump. And man, he caught 2 or 3 nice ones that afternoon that have really helped him keep this lead throughout the tournament.
Well, he's just trying to run the clock out on the rest of our anglers here as it stands right now and pick up his 6th Bassmaster Elite Series victory. Let's get back out to Jason Christie. What a heartbreaking big one coming off there just not that long ago.
And that was, at that point, he had 4 fish. That would have been his 5th. He has since caught a 2-pounder to fill his limit, so he's still back, but.
The silence is deafening. You can tell he's still thinking about that big one that he lost a few minutes ago.
He knew that would have been a big, big step for him, for sure. Get out to Patrick Walters, hooked up.
Calm down.
Patrick Walters actually pretty decent day today.
He has. He's another angler who's been able to catch some of his best fish in the last few hours of the tournament day.
There's like 4 of them that size. You just gotta make them react though. That's a fat one, isn't it? Oh yeah.
One of the best at what he does, and he has used that this week for sure, Tommy.
Absolutely. Had a good solid day today. Should put him over 11 pounds. So good fish catching, steady fish catching for Patrick Walters here. Welcome back into the Bassmaster studio, sponsored by Marathon. And Davey, we had some drama yesterday. We didn't get to see it on camera. With Jason Christie catching the biggest fish of the year on the Bassmaster Elite Series 9-4. But we have had a little more drama in the past hour. So that 7-pound estimated loss by Jason Christie is just jaw-dropping.
Yeah, to catch the biggest fish of the tournament so far, and I think that'll hold a 9-pounder by Jason Christie, 9 pounds 4 ounces to be exact, was incredible. But he had what looks like the second biggest fish of the tournament, literally within 2 or 3 feet of his hand, right at the side of his boat, and looked like he broke that fish off. He'll never forget about that fish unless he's able to get another one to bite. I wouldn't count against him.
For sure, and when you think about it, Lake Murray, final hour of that event, we had 5 guys with a legitimate shot of winning that Elite Series event within the last hour. We almost have the same thing here today. Brian New making a big run. He's 6 pounds back, probably not in the realm of possibility at this point. Jason Christie, Will Davis, Brandon Polinick, all have had their time to shine. And this afternoon, we knew with how their morning went, Davis and Christie were going to have to come through with the catches to see Davis land one, see Christie lose one. That's a brutal way to end it. But the drama, we got what we wanted at Lay Lake.
Absolutely. It may not be done yet. May not be done yet. There we go.
Yeah, with Jason Christie involved, I wouldn't count against him to have a chance to catch another big one like that. How about we know that music, and this has got to be the Power Pole replay of the day for this afternoon. Will Davis needing a bite. He's had a real slow day, and this is the exact one that he needed to fish for this fish. Throwing a couple different baits up there, got him to bite this one. We've seen him use single hook lures all day until now, and ooh. He's got 2 at one time. Unfortunately, one of them's him. Yeah. And that helps you be the Power Pole replay of the day, unfortunately, Will Davis.
Like we said, though, about 5 1/2 to 5 3/4 pounds back on Bass Track. This is a 3 1/2 pounder, filled his limit. Like Such mentioned earlier, still just an 11 ouncer in his bag that he can call out. Got enough time to do so, and Mr. Jake Latundris hooked him up with a hook removal out of his hand. He's back to work. But like we said, Tommy, on the opposite end of the spectrum, those crucial bites don't always make it in the boat. And we saw that from Jason Christie as well.
How about that? Oh my gosh.
You got a free hand.
Yeah, Will Davis with that catch doesn't need a monster now. Just a good solid fish to replace that 11 ouncer he has in his live well.
Have another look at this one right here. It's painful. It is painful to watch.
Subtlest of bites.
Jason Christie grunting. He knows this is the one.
Get it through the pad stems. It gets hung up here for just a moment. But I feel like he did everything right here, Davey.
Yep.
The braid, the setup he got it out. Broke his line right at the boat.
Dang it.
She had it choked. She had it choked. Problem was she was skin hooked.
No, it did not break his line. Did not break his
Oh, it
line.
did?
I saw
Oh, it
his
came
face. I thought I
out.
saw it
Yeah.
fly out, but then I saw it for sure.
So that's why I was confusing. He said it was choked, but it was just must have got the top of the mouth just barely.
Oftentimes on a big fish like that, you don't penetrate because it's so hard, the thick bone there, you just get a skin hook.
And you pull, and it just comes loose in the wrong
He may have
time.
actually gotten his hands on that fish.
Golly.
That was such a close thing. So very close. And man, there was pain at the end of both of those fish catches, and the greater enduring pain felt by Jason Christie at losing that game changer right there. We do have a little bit more in our presentation yet to come, so don't go away.
Forged from the harshest environments, Dakota lithium batteries are built to endure. Engineered with lithium iron phosphate, they give you twice the runtime, at half the weight, last 5 times longer, and provide exceptional lifetime value.
Let's go!
Backed by an 11-year warranty,